I have hugged, kissed, and done something more. I am desired by so many women, but at the same time, have I truly done that? It all was for mission's sake, for me, as real as my fake smile, just going through the motions, without any attachments. And they did not love me, only my meticulously created images. Nevertheless, by so many metrics I have won the game of life. So what to do, after that, when you can get any woman you want, and be so popular, have saved the world multiple times with exceptional fighting, shooting, infiltrating and so on skills, and if desired, then could become super rich, such as winning world-class sports tournaments, and all that with so much ease, because you are a genius, who takes a few minutes, what others need a few years. Also, have a top model worthy face and body. Outwardly I have it all, but even then it is never enough. Moreover, why despite all these achievements and abilities, do I feel so miserable? The harsh truth is, these things at best only distract from the pain, and the cause of them. From that I am ultimately alone, because I am scared to trust and attached to people. I have already experienced huge pain from losing loved ones, and in my line of work, one careless action can doom me, and even a mission, on which outcome depends the world peace and so many lives. I am between a rock and a hard place, and the current mission makes it ultimately even much worse. This family will be over once I finish the mission after a few months, and I might not see them ever again, so why bother to attach to them, and with it, feel the pain of losing them? But even knowing it, I cannot help myself. Every instinct of a spy tirelessly screams not to, but still each day I am looking forward to getting back from work and seeing yours smile, and I am so happy to make Anya's childhood much brighter, even just for a while, because it takes one step closer to my desired world, where children will not cry. With them, my smile is genuine, not the fake one I am so used to. The vast majority of my missions are so dull, routine, compared to quality time with the family. It feels so refreshing, even full of surprises, because in them I discover sides of myself that I never knew. For others so mundane, in my type of work, is extraordinary. We always wish to have what we do not have, so this is a dream, from which I do not wish to wake up, but I cannot neglect my fate, to stop being a shadowless hero. For the sake of my happiness, I cannot doom millions of people, for them to experience what I felt that fateful day. If I tried to get both, then it would be too difficult for Anya and Yor to constantly travel with me around the world, especially in active war zones. Also to maintain cover, because they are civilians. Couple of foreigners would stuck out like a sore thumb in so many places. Moreover, I wish that Anya experiences a normal childhood, like having lasting friendships, great education and so on, but it would not be possible with constant moving and keeping cover. Also being in serious relationships would limit my options to get intel, such as using seduction.
Twilight is my favorite Spy Family character, because I resonate with him so much. On the paper he might look like Kiristo, another Kirito-like power fantasy, so it would be difficult to really relate to him, because I do not have his photographic memory or computer-like reasoning. In social situations I cannot see nearly so well what makes people tick, and use it to tell them sweet words to get wanted. I am not an ultra hard-working super genius like he is, but I resonate, due to his problems. That Twilight can be a badass in one moment, but such a failure in the next, because it is so human to have our tops and downs, strong and weak sides. You know that it is philosophy, if in short form the said contradicts itself, but in long makes so much sense, such as Twilight is perfect by having flaws, also Twilight being flawed in one area, and contrasting with being badass in another, better helps to show the flaws, and with it, the viewer to reflect about them. Such as I can relate so much to his desire to throw emotions away, because they make missions more difficult. If you have ever fought with procrastination, then you know this feeling too. But with mental growth, I have found better solutions, instead of wasting energy fighting myself, such as more listen to my emotions, and talk with my childlike subconscious in a language it understands. Another thing is being scared to open up and attach, because it opens up the risk of a huge pain. That is why to say I love you is so difficult. But growing you understand that rejection is a part of life, and each time you have been pushed away is one step closer to success. Like in video games, sometimes you need to grind to defeat a boss. His dilemma between effectiveness and a taken road to achieve it. If he really wished, Fiona's discipline might have gotten better grades, but it would have been achieved by trampling on Anya's feelings. Similarly was during the interview, when Anya cried, because he could have been calm to increase significantly chances to get into the school. Still Twilight chose to take a longer road, in order to not compromise his values. Growing up you more and more start to see, when choosing to win a fight with certain methods, you will lose the war, like with this YouTube channel. If my stuff can meaningfully impact viewers' lives, then I have no problem that only comparatively few people see it, so I make my videos around a great takeaway. It feels much better than to give a bandage to a dead man, or even aid in people's downward spiral. So like and sub, if you agree to this mindset. I can even relate to him not being able to teach Anya, because Twilight effortlessly learns things. He does not need techniques to better remember, or break down the subject in more manageable chunks. To some degree, I have the same thing with a few subjects. The trick is to break down the subject to basics by constantly questioning why the thing is that way. Such as multiplication is a short form to write down addition, which in turn is a short form to write down counting. I also love how silly Twilight can be, because it is so funny, especially his reactings, and I too can misread things, and react accordingly, and sometimes what happens makes him feel so down. But what makes him cool is how he stands back with a new determination, and what makes the family so great, is that they help him to stand up, even when Lloyd could not on his own. This vulnerability shows that not always you will be able to solve the situation on your own, even if you are a super genius, and you need to ask for help from people you trust. This is a much better lesson than headstrong characters teach, that you can be always determined, if you really wish to. This lesson discourages to search for help to move on, even when you truly cannot do it alone. Hope this made you to reflect, and if it is not enough, I have much more stuff about Lloyd Forger. Also, please, Comment on what is your favorite Spy Family character.